Do you play trading card games? Of course you do. That's why you're listening to / watching this thing. If you want to save money on your trading card purchases, we have a promo link over at 50cards.shop. Enter the promo code ATNIGHT to get 5% off your order. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Nexus at Night, your weekly Vanguard podcast. I'm Atlas.
I'm Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And I have a new playmat for Mint Gaming that these are for sale, and I'm happy about. And it's our stuff. Plugging. Anyway, we're doing a set review on Festival Collection 2022, and I gotta be honest, I am so unexcited by this that I just didn't.
There's some neat cards in here.
Yeah, but I didn't.
There's
put
a whole
any
two.
images of.
There are two whole neat cards in here.
Hey, that's more than I expected.
Yeah, but for people watching this on YouTube, there's gonna be no thumbnail of the thing because I'm lazy apparently.
Yeah,
and
I think we were desperately hoping to talk about anything else, but that didn't come up. So
it
yeah.
goes.
Sorry,
And
guys.
it's Golden Week too, I believe. So
yeah,
Oh, Golden Week, right? Because there's a bunch of holidays and stuff. Is
Yep.
That's why?
it's
Okay,
a whole week of holidays.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So I guess
What's
I'll make
first
this.
on the docket?
Yeah. So first off, we have Steel Blaze Dragon, Aushinia.
Sure.
Aushniya. That's two
Yeah, whatever.
vowels in a
I was
row.
wrong with that.
Yeah, grade 2 for Dragon Empire. When placed on rear, perform all of the following according to your arms on Vanguard Circle. If you got a right arm, it gets plus 10k. If you got a left arm, counterblast 1, choose a grade 1 from your drop and call it to rear.
it sure does a thing.
I mean, you're the guy who SP'd out Bob Sakura, so please. enlighten us.
I mean, right now the deck is lacking in power if you can't find enough Trick Moons. So this sure does gain 10k,
Right?
and it's free.
It can also call stuff to drop if you have a left arm, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's a little expensive, but meh.
It's fine. It does more than the grade 2s that exist in the deck right now.
It's better than Rilla.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
how much do you counterblast in the deck overall?
I mean, usually 1 or 2 to get armed, and then you don't care after that.
Oh, okay. And then you have Trick Moon to countercharge, I guess.
Yeah, once.
Once. I don't know. Hope for the best.
It's called Trick Moves, Aushinia.
Yeah. Okay, well. Keep it moving.
So next card is Blaze Maiden Amelia, which is actually a card I really like in the set.
I love this art.
It's a grade 1 8K. If you have a Vanguard with Nirvana in its card name, and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you can counterblast 1, put it into Soul, choose one of your unit cards with Nirvana in its card name from your hand, and write it as stand. If you rode, you cannot ride by card effects this turn. So, let me just get to grade 4 real quick.
Yeah.
Which is pretty nice. Pretty nice.
And you can get the jump on your opponent with the Nirvana auto damage thing.
Yeah.
And which is even funnier than in the thing I mentioned in our Spice Decks video, where you run Stunverse with the Nirvana stuff. So.
Yeah. Although, this does have the downside that, both players have to be in grade 3, and you have to have this and the grade 4 Nirvana in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it takes a lot of setup. It's real dumb. But
okay, but here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It gives you at least, a chance to get the jump going second.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's not something that, every deck has access to.
That is
But
true.
with Nirvana having access to it, it's pretty convenient.
That is nice. If you have a Vanguard,
And that deck does do things.
Yeah, it does.
It kind of sucks that you don't really have your grade 2 doesn't have Nirvana in the name, right? So
No.
it sucks you
Please.
can't get the jump
I
up,
mean-
right?
Stop. That's not happening.
Okay.
I mean, also, your opponent has to be grade 3 anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, if they went first and you went second, then you can
Yeah, but,
You just ride to grade 3.
you can normally ride to grade 3
And then
anyways.
you activate this card to put on grade 4. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you...
Or-
Yeah.
What grade 2 would
This does, being grade 2 does not change anything.
Oh, right. Damn it. Brain fart. Sorry. I'm leaving this in. I don't care.
I'm glad we can puzzle that out.
Yep, great. I'm glad. I'm glad I have fulfilled my role as.
I had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Nope, just complete and total brain fart. I got everything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Hang me up in the town square for all to see. Go for
Speaking of everything wrong, what's next?
Desire Devil Dofund. So it is a grade 3. When it's placed on rear hand, if your Vanguard is greed on, you can soul charge 2. And then when it attacks, if your soul has 2 or more greed on, you counterblast 1 and it gets a crit.
This card doesn't do anything, right?
No, I don't think so. It says soul charge 2.
Cool.
So,
but it doesn't even soul charge for other people. It's just greed on.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it also sucks that you in a world where Greedon wants his field standing, so you can suck it in.
Mm-hmm. And you have to have 2 Greedons in your soul anyways.
Yeah.
So this card just doesn't exist.
Yep.
Very cool.
This looks like the dark and terrible version of Tribash, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can play it in dark states.
Yeah. Well, no, just for the art alone. Looks like a weird corrupted Triceratops. Yeah.
It's a rhino.
Yeah. That's a rhino? That does not look like a rhino.
Yeah, it's like a demon rhino.
Fair enough.
Demon Rhino, also a decent band name. I think I'm just the kind of flaps on the side make it look very Triceratops-esque.
All right.
Whatever. I'm getting caught up on nothing. So
What's next?
Diabolos Madonna Megan. It's a grade 2 for dark states. When it attacks, if you're in final rush, gets plus 10k for free.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Sure.
the Bruce has more impactful rear guards, right?
It does.
There's no reason to be playing this over anything else for 1 line of text.
Mm-hmm. Especially in a world where you have, I forgot his name, but if you're in rush, it gets 5k and a crit. Come on, that's and it's got another effect.
Do they even play that card anymore?
Yeah, do they even play that card still?
That card was on the chopping block already.
It was on the chopping block. It would be like a tech, if at all, after that second wave, and now it's gone. And that was above this,
Yeah, I think the crit's probably pretty nice over this, but yeah.
Day late and a dollar short, guys.
It being free is cool, but no.
Yeah. But all of them are free for the power gain, at least.
So the next card is so there are also a bunch of retrains in this, or not retrains really, but
there are 2 retrains in this set.
Sorry, there are a couple alternate bosses in this set, and so we're at the first one: Cardinal Dominus Orphis Regis. This is the Orphis one, obviously, and it has when it's placed on Vanguard Circle, you can choose up to 1 world card from your hand or drop and put it in your order zone. So we want to discard a world early and then ride into this and immediately throw it in your order zone. It's pretty nice.
That is nice.
It has an auto when it attacks. If your world is Abyssal Darkanites, that's 2 of them. Counterblast 1, discard a card from your hand. For every 2 world cards in your order zone, call up to 1 Shadow Army, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 to end the battle. And if you have 4 worlds, you get 10,000 power, obviously. So you can call 2 guys. So you can call a lot more things, but it does require kind of getting more worlds set up.
Mm-hmm.
It does allow multi-attack without having to run the guy that kills 3 things.
Well, but hold on, you can get another attack. I think you can get how many? Let me count. 1, 2.
If you run
3,
the bird thing, that's
4, 5. You can get a 6th attack. Maybe a 7. You can get a lot of attacks if you do run the guy retire 3, and you get 6 worlds face up.
Yeah, I feel like the most consistent way to do it is to run what's her name, the grade 1 that kills the column and then draws you 1. So you can swim with it, kill, draw, attack with it.
Do keep in mind, this new Orphis means you don't have an easy way to make shadow armies anymore.
True.
That's true. You gotta draw.
I believe the 1 rearguard that makes a shadow army is locked to the old Orphis.
Is it now?
I think so. But this does make them on attack, which is not bad.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that can get you a token, or if you run more of that, was it Eclipsed Moonlight to just make a token?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
I'm saying you have Eclipsed Moonlight, I'm trying to find that like unit that makes Shadow Army.
I don't know the name of it, but people didn't really run it before, so.
Yeah.
But that's because I guess Orphist made 3 already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how important it becomes if you go all in on this Orphist. I don't know how important that the idea that you need to make shadow armies is. I mean, obviously you play for the world, right?
Yeah.
But like, you need a lot more worlds. You probably want like 4. And how often, like, how consistently can you get to 4? Because the ride line's only giving you 1, right?
Yeah, I'm wondering also, like, there have been a lot of worlds that we have either not paid attention to or glossed over on this show. And I feel like maybe there's something in there that we're not noticing.
You can run like 12, right?
I think so. There's a good
at least
amount
12
of them. Because you have one that's like just the plus 5k. There's one that makes a token. There's one that like I forgot where it's like or it's one where it looks like desolated Stonehenge in the desert or something. I forgot what it does, but
like there's one that draws a card, one that retires, one that makes a shadow army. What was the other one?
I feel like there's another one after that, so maybe you can run 6. But like the more worlds,
there are 4.
Yeah. So you can run up to 16 worlds. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Imagine just having like 8 in World Zone and just play the guy that restands for retiring 3.
The last order, when your shadow army is placed, it gets 5k.
Oh, boo. All right, that doesn't help.
What are you talking about? Just make 40k columns. Easy.
Well, I leave it up to, like, I forgot the YouTuber's name. There was a guy that, like, right when D came out, he had this, like, in-depth ass guide about Orphist, and it was, like, set 2. And the guy had, like, 20 minutes of material. I was like, hey, man, you do you. Good luck.
And, Orphist kind of dropped off after set 1.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Well, I still think it's still interesting, in my opinion. I think there's potential there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Next we have Aurora Battle Princess Launcher Charlene. So it's a grade 3 for prison. During the battle, this unit attacks. Your opponent can't call normal units to guard or play blitz orders from their hand. If 5 or less of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, it can't attack.
It's pretty easy to pull off. Feels like a very worthwhile inclusion as a one-of. Just slap it in there, be like, oh, you have a few cards in here? All right, stick this on rear. And then especially if you're on Seraph 2, and it gives your guys like power and crits and they can't guard anything, they did.
I mean, they can just call triggers.
They can.
But it's only for the battle this attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like this card is just not worth it, right?
Probably not. I don't think it does anything. Like, I mean, right now the most impactful blitz order is the Fox Art, and you can just use that at any other time because it's for the turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, but no, guys, Ghost Chase.
Please stop.
All right, let's stop.
Yeah, so the Fox Art is just for the turn, so this doesn't even stop that. You just use it on the other attack.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind then.
All right.
Well, there's also Gravidia Peters, grade 1. When the attack this unit boosted hits, choose up to 2 meteorites from your drop, put them on the bottom of your deck. If you put 2 cards, retire this unit and draw a card.
Sure.
It's fine.
Why couldn't they just let them have the plus? Just let them put 2 on bottom, draw 1. What's
the
problem?
The deck already pluses a bunch.
Oh. So that would be too much? That's a bridge too far?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, a lot of these just really don't feel like I know
these cards don't matter. Although I will say that Brantgate did steal an extra card from multiple nations. So it has 3. So every nation had 2 triple Rs except Brant, which gets 3, and then stole 1 from Keter.
Wow, sucks for them, I guess.
And then later on in the double Rs, it stole 1 from Dark States.
Damn, Brandgate, it's mean. Well, for the one Keter triple R.
So we have Heavenly Ordnance Dragon, Exalt Dragon. So it's a grade 3 that when it's placed, if you have a Bastion Vanguard, you can counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and call Bard of Heavenly Performance Lutity, and in the same column. And Lutity is just simply a grade 1 that gets 5k if it boosts a grade 3, and you have a Bastion Vanguard. So it makes a 26 column, I guess, for counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. But it requires playing grade 1s in your Bastion deck, of course.
Yeah.
But you can just...
I was gonna say, like, do you even like want to play not grade 3s?
I mean, I don't think you can bother with this card. There's like certainly no reason that you need to care, right?
Uh-huh. Alright. So moving on to like the one other interesting card, maybe. There's Dead Sea Spiritualist Grave Zorga.
Why is
So-
there an equal sign in the name?
Grave.
I don't know.
equals
Grave
Zorga.
equals Zorga, but like we never pronounce those anyway, so it's just Grave Zorga.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah. So continuous. If you Alchemagic this turn, I like how it says if you did Alchemagic this turn, all of your front row units get 5k. And then
So I imagine that first effect was written by the guy who asked me if I could do viral during a summer internship.
Well, can you?
No.
But yeah, if you did an Alchemagic, then your front row gets a continuous 5k, and then act.
True.
Soul Blast 1, discard a card from your hand. Choose a normal order from your drop. Put it into your hand until end of turn. When you would play a normal order, you can bind a normal order with different card name and Alchemagic.
So it does help solve the problem of I don't have any cards, I don't have any orders in my hand to play, and I'm Zorga. What do?
Yeah. It
And
does
kinda,
create
yeah.
a problem of you have to manage your soul a little bit now.
And you also don't get a call every turn?
Yeah, and you don't get the free call.
This card is not very good.
Oh, and it turns off grief, despair, and rejection. Did we mention that?
I mean,
Wait, does it?
Yeah, grief is locked to the original Zorga.
Oh, this card's garbage.
Well, hi
This and the new order like make up for the lost power, so I don't think that's the biggest deal. I think like needing a soul to be able to Alchemagic in the first place and then not getting the free call, I think makes you'd have to build the deck very differently now.
My memory seems to recall Zorga running out of soul basically immediately, with after like a couple condensations.
Yeah, because
And
you'd
then
have
you're like kind of boned.
Yeah, like some decks even ran like a Tearful Malice as a one-of just for the soul. Like you didn't even care about the CZ. You were just like, fuck it, soul's nice.
Yeah. I don't think this card solves any of the problems that Zorga has, though, right?
It creates some and solves others.
It solves It solves the problem of finding orders in your hand, but I think in doing that, it gives up a lot of the strengths that Zorga had.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my first reaction was that I didn't particularly like this card. Like, you would have to like build the deck very differently around this. So
that doesn't necessarily make it terrible. I mean, like Magnolia had to be built completely differently when we got the grade 4, and that turned out okay. I'm not sure. This isn't going to save any, like, make it competitive.
Yeah,
competitive juggernaut.
Yeah, I don't think this improves Zorga's standing at all. I think, like, even if you change the way the deck is built, like the way it ultimately plays and tries to win the game is still the same.
Okay. I still think, like, your Zorga stands out there. Our friend Vince included is going to try at the least. Maybe they'll come up with something.
They have infinite copium.
Yeah.
Like laughing gas at the dentist. Sylvan Horn Beast, or Madi, is a grade 2 for Stoicheia, which is a very weird looking hedgehog unicorn thing. So auto on rear guard. When your other unit attacks from the back row, you can counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul, and the attacking unit gets plus 10k until end of that battle.
This card's not good, right?
It gets out of the way, and it makes soul. I think this card might be ahead of its time. If there's something that calls in battle phase, then maybe, because then you could go swing with this, swing with the other guy, it goes away, and then call a thing in the empty spot. But as for now, no, it doesn't.
I
feel like you have like 5 other cards that already get out of the way.
This card costing
don't need a
Counterblast is also annoying.
Counterblast 1 isn't as much of a demerit as it was in early D, because your new Magnolia doesn't counterblast, and the rest of the deck kind of doesn't. Like, people were starting to shove things that they didn't before just because it had a counterblast on it. I think, yeah, that sucks in the grand scheme of things, but in this point in time, that's not really that much of a downside. I think this is one of those pick up a set and just sit on it and wait, hope something makes it more broken later. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right. So the next card. So that's the triple R's.
Yeah.
So the rest of the set's all double R's of varying quality. And you'll see what I mean when we talk about this card. Blaze Martial Monk Kokon. When this unit's attack hits, if you unit the overdressed state, draw a card. I assume this card will never make it into anyone's deck.
It's a front row unit that does not have the overdress ability.
True, it mentions the overdress ability, but does not have it.
This is one of those things where you get it during draft and you're like, son of a bitch. But I have to, so...
I mean, why would you even play a draft format with this? There's like 2 boss units.
Mm-hmm.
Like, half of these cards don't even work in a draft format.
Yeah, Vanguard's not a very good card name for draft anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Love the art on this next one, though.
Yeah, so we have Sealed Blaze Dragon Edom. So when it attacks, it gets 5k for each arm on your Vanguard.
Free power.
It's a 10k attacker. That sure does exist.
Mm-hmm.
20k if you're double armed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. It gains 10k power if you have 2 arms.
Yeah, is this better than the other on plays get 10k and then call a grade 1 maybe sometimes?
Like, I mean, I feel like that one probably just replaces that one Eugene card that people were playing because there's nothing else to put in the deck, and then this is just like, I have 2 or 3 slots left deck building. I guess this goes in.
Fair enough.
I think that kind of scenario is one of the worst to have when we're, 5 main sets in? And
yeah, you're like 50th playables.
Yeah.
But I mean, we can talk about this next week in more depth, but like they keep releasing boss units every set now.
Yeah, which makes that a little frustrating, especially if they're not going to, like, a lot of the support is very this exact thing's name, not like all of Eugene or all of Bob Saga or whatever.
Yeah, but also, like, more than that, every time they release a new wave of boss units, it feels like they reset to set 1 power.
Definitely.
So you have, like, half a deck that needs, like, another 2-3 sets to flesh itself out. And then we just get all of these, like, pack filler cards in the meantime.
Well, how's this for pack filler? Seal Blaze Dragon Samsara, it's grade 1. Continuous on rare. This gets all of the following according to your arms. If it's got a right arm, it gets plus 5k. If it's got a left arm, it gets intercept.
And remember what I said about you have
pack
just
filler?
random spot? No, you have just random spots left in your deck because you've already played all of your important cards.
This fills that too? God damn.
Yeah. I mean, I think this does it better because it's a grade 1, so it can so that it can be a booster.
13k beater with intercept is pretty all right.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Like, I would just booster. Honestly, there's not a lot of grade 1s worth playing in Bob Saga right now, so this it is more than 8k.
Yeah, and then also, like, if only grade 1s kept that 10k shield from V, which, by the way, I know my position at the very start of Overdress was to say, oh, maybe it allows you to kind of live in the gray area more and blah, blah, blah. I forgot exactly what I said. I recant that position. Matt was right.
Which thing?
That it wasn't so bad that grade 1s had their 10k shield taken away in Overdress.
Oh, yeah, no, they should definitely have their 10k shield. It'd be a lot better.
You were completely right. So, sorry.
I remember being kind of irked that they kept the trigger power but lowered the shield value overall.
Yeah, that is a pain.
So, is it my turn next?
Yes.
Yes.
So, we don't have much to talk about this card. Blaze, Covert, Monk, Kagari. It says when it's discarded from your hand during your turn, you can counter +1, choose when your Vanguard gets 10k. This card will never make it in the deck.
Yeah.
It is
nice random Overlord support, or I guess it also works with grade 4 Nirvana, which is probably the intention, but who cares? No one's going to play this card.
Nah, you're probably going to be like, this is just less good Tony Garashi.
Yeah. This card's never going to make it into a sleeve.
Yeah. we have Cure Flare Draco Kid, so it is a heal trigger. When it's placed on guard circle, if the attacking unit has crit 2 or greater, and its crit is increased by a non-trigger effect, then it gains plus 15k shield. Or its original crit is 2 or higher, then it gets like 15k shield. So all of the nations get this. So we're going to skip it so that we only have to read 31 cards instead of 35.
Oh,
And what do we think of this?
it's okay.
Yeah,
Higher
it's
ceiling,
fine.
lower floor.
I wish it was 15k and just gained the 10. And also, this is more awkward than the restanding heal guard, because it has to naturally gain a crit. If you just give it a crit trigger, then this doesn't activate.
Right. Which is a little awkward.
So we're not going to run that, are we? No matter what your thing is.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one of these is ever going to be played. Like, which one of these is going to end up being played.
Yeah.
But one of them. But one will be landed on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends.
I'm pretty sure like the stand one is probably because like Nirvana has restanders, Bastion restands,
Yep.
Bruce restands.
Yep, I agree.
Like this one, like not enough meta relevant decks gain crits on their own.
It's got to be like Gravidia, right?
Yeah.
It's one of those things where like I said, pick it up and sit on it, and then maybe it becomes relevant later.
And it's just you just think about it and be like, is this better? Nope. Keep moving.
Which I am not a fan of in general when it comes to things like triggers, where it's it's cool to like live in that strategic space of trying to like do it as a meta call, but it's bad for people who want to pick up this game later.
Yeah. I mean, look at the price of over triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I imagine Heal Guardians are going to go that same way in a couple of years. Not looking forward to that. All right, Diabolos Diver Emmett. So grade 3, 13k. When placed on rear, counterblast 1. Choose one of your vanguards with Bruce in its card name, and that unit in this unit get plus 5k for the turn. If you chose a grade 4, countercharge and soul charge. I don't know.
So like turn 4, this card says counterblast 1, soul charge, gain 5k and soul charge 1. Or no, it just says on play, gain 5k and soul charge 1 if you're on a grade 4.
Yeah.
This card even good? I don't think so, right?
That seems like way too slow.
It is way too slow. And like even if you're doing it like turn 3, just not worth the trouble.
So the next card we got is Diabolos Boys Nile. So it says guard circle. If an attack hit your vanguard with Bruce in its card name this turn, this gets shield plus 15,000. So it's a 20k block if you took a damage this turn.
Mm-hmm. Not actually if you took a damage, if you got hit.
Oh, if you got hit, sorry. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I might be playing Maidens.
I mean, Nirvana could like burn you.
I guess.
Oh, true. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if we got hit, this is 20k guard. It's pretty bad at 5 damage, but so it goes.
Yeah.
But
do they don't like a lot of their grade 1s don't really do a lot. Like a lot of your heat is coming in the grade 2s.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like maybe you could fit this in as like a 1 or 2 of
Just for shield.
Just for shield. Why not?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
And I think we tend to shit on cards like this because it's a not losing versus winning. But
I mean we like more shield value. It's just the condition of having to take a hit first is awkward.
Yeah, and it still like doesn't do anything else. Like the biggest complaint I have about these cards every time they come up is that they only do the one thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of frustrating.
Like, at the very least, they could get, like, 5k power and shield. Like, there are certain cards that gain extra power and shield. It's like, why can't more cards just do that? At least it could be a beater.
Like N-Bar for Magnolia, where it got 2k power and 5k shield and could intercept from the back row. Like, you could do stuff with it. This is just shield.
Alright.
Right.
Next we have Desire Devil Sit. So it's a grade 1. When it's put in your soul from rear guard by Vanguard ability, choose a card from drop and put it in soul.
Okay, that was so close to being good. If it was choose a card from your drop and call it to R?
That's not even close to the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Oh man.
Yeah.
Well-
this card exists.
You gotta get that green on your soul somehow.
Yeah.
Gotta power up that rhinoceros triceratops thing.
Right?
And then the next card is the counter heal, which we've gone over. They're all the same.
Yep.
They sure are.
And then it's my turn, I think?
Yep.
Cardinal Fang did die. This is like a weird bison oxen thing. Grade 2 for Brand Gate. When it's placed on rear, if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, counterblast 1 and call a Shadow Army token.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, we just talked about, like, if you run the new Orphist, you'll be wanting for Shadow Army tokens.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So,
Yeah, it like does things, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure what the new. I'm not sure how like you would have to build the new Orphis yet.
I think there's meat there. I feel like Zorka, there's also meat there, but it's less good.
Yeah, either that or you just run like the original Orphis and then re-ride into the new one. Like you don't get the Persona ride, but I guess that doesn't matter that much compared to the extra attacks.
I guess. Now the question is, do you run the rest of the original Orphist and then just one copy of the new one just for the like kill turn, or do you run just the ride line and then 4 of the new guy?
I have no idea. That was just a possibility that I was thinking of. I don't play Orphist.
See, my general philosophy on stuff like that is if you have to ride one thing, then ride the second thing for the deck to work, it typically is a bad idea. Overdress might be the one exception because you have the benefit of the ride line.
Mm-hmm. All right, so next card we got going on here is Aurora Battle Princess Barrage Rutra.
Yep.
So basically, whenever she hits a rear guard, retired from rear guard circle or guard circle in the battle unit attacked, you can imprison the retired card in your prison. I assume this card will just never see the light of day, right?
It does make every guard that they do go into your prison, which if you're going for sheer numbers is nice. But aside from that,
yeah.
Once you get past like 5, you're good. Like you don't really need to go past it.
You just want cards that like get big, right?
Yeah, and it's not like. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, you have things like Macrocosmos and Dimensional Prison, which keep stuff from going to the opponent's graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Which this essentially does the same thing, except there's not really enough Grand Blue type stuff for it to matter.
In fairness, Pure Light is a continuous, so this card will, for its attack, it will make Pure Light bigger, depending on like how much your opponent guards.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I feel like it deserves some experimentation just to see how much you can make them squirm, right? Where you're like,
if your opponent's bad at math, it might be really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, considering the type of people who play Vanguard, that's a very real possibility.
I mean, well, that's the thing is like this works all the time too. So like you can start imprisoning early and get like early advantage with your prison stuff.
Mm-hmm. If they call over stuff, if they.
It's only when it attacks, so if you you like call this early, attack, they either take the hit or they guard and give you like early prison.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
And then like once you get to the Pure Light turn, it has the potential to make the Pure Light bigger just because, it counts every 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Next.
Yeah. Gravidia Maruto. So it's a grade 2. When it attacks, choose up to 1 meteorite from your hand, put it into order zone. If you put, it gets 5k.
Believe it.
Yeah. This sure does exist. I mean, it gets you like more meteorites in your order zone, and it gains 5k, which is like what all of the grid videos do basically. So I think this card's fine.
I don't know.
Does Gravidia have trouble putting things in meters? Okay.
So I don't think you need this, right?
I don't think you need it. It's just like I'd have to go and look at my current list again to see if this does more than any of the existing Gravidias you play.
Makes sense. Let's see. Cardinal Principal Reggio, which I gotta say I love the art, just like the striking pink on the blue background. Very cool. Grade 1, 8k for Brandgate. When your Shadow Army token is retired from rearguard during your turn, it gets plus 5k till end of turn.
All right, hear me out.
Yeah.
You have this behind the guy that retires 3 to restand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
And then hold on, listen. You attack with your Shadow Army column, attack with the guy in front, no boost, retire 3, restand.
Okay.
Right?
And
Attack with your Vanguard, make 3 guys. So you need 6 worlds in Order Zones. Don't worry about that part.
Yeah.
Right? Attack with the Shadow Armies again.
Yeah.
Attack with the guy in front, retire 3, restand. And then you attack with this to have a huge column. I'm just kidding. This is awful. Don't do this.
I was gonna say, isn't the retired 3 to restand some kind of?
You think it's a once per turn?
Yeah, I think it's a once per turn.
Are you sure?
I hope so. Let me see.
I have to go find that card. That's what I'm looking for right now.
Are you absolutely sure?
You can't tell if he knows or not because I feel like he would.
See, that's the thing is like whenever I know the answer for these things, I don't tell you to fuck with you guys. So it sounds like he's just doing this back to us right now. Let me see. That's not what I'm looking for. I don't remember what set that card came in.
I think it's DBT02.
Could be. It's okay. Nothing is happening this episode, so we can just stop and like.
I gotta find it just for science. Alviderd, is that the name?
No, it's not that one.
Okay, no, it might be the next set. Son of a bitch.
I think it was in set 3. That's when they started using like.
Because I remember it was really high rarity, and then we just didn't like it.
Nope, it's a common.
It's a common?
Wait, no, this is the wrong card. Never mind.
Told you. We're just gonna hang out here. It's not Destigade.
It's a triple R, by the way.
I know it's a triple R. Found it, Destigade. Okay. Well, it is not once per turn.
Okay. We have our answer.
You knew the whole time, didn't you?
I did know the whole time.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, whenever I know something the whole time, I like watching you guys just figure it out.
But just imagine attacking with your 38k Regio boosting your 15k Destigade. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Or maybe it's a Persona ride turn, so it's the 28 plus 38.
Yeah.
Big, so, 66k, eat it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very that could be one of those things where the whole deck is just leading
it would
to
be
that.
So funny. Yeah.
It would, like there
it's
are
probably not
when
good.
You start.
It's probably not good, but it is very funny.
Like I would just love the guy. Like you're at 2 on like turn 4. How are you gonna win this? Oh, I have a way of winning. Cut to.
What we got next here?
Let's see, whose turn was it?
I've completely lost track of who's reading right now.
Wait, who read that card?
I read Regio because I
read this girl. Yeah. So Aurora Battle Princess Horn Apricot. Mm-hmm. So when it boosts a Vanguard with Seraph in his card name, counterblast 1 if your opponent chooses a trigger unit from the drop and imprisons it in their prison. This card's awful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to boost Vanguard and you have to counterblast.
Yeah.
For 1 prison.
Yeah, no, I think you just have more efficient prisons.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat the grade 3 Seraph, where it just like counterblast 1 in prison 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, next card is the counter heal, so moving on to Keter. We have Heavenly Slice of Calmness Heathcote. So it's a grade 3. Continuous. If a grade 3 card was revealed for your drive check this turn, gains 5k. And when this unit is retired from rearguard during your opponent's turn, counterblast 1, choose a grade 3 from your drop other than itself and put it to hand. Seems like it's designed to counter a very specific thing.
Right?
What? That being just retire?
Yeah. No, its goal is to just grab more bastions, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't even grab grade 4 bastion.
Yeah, but don't you just need a bastion?
Yeah. Oh, it's a discard for the restand? Yeah, that's true. Yeah. You can grab
as long as you're playing something where your opponent can retire from rear guard.
Yep, that's true. And that your opponent could just not do that, right?
Yeah.
So
it's grade 3, so you couldn't intercept it with it to begin with, but
this card sucks.
It doesn't even have that going for it. Yeah, this card's bad.
This card Doesn't do what you want it to do.
I see the name Heathcote, and it makes me think of Heathcliff, the cartoon cat.
And that would be a better card, I think.
In the shadow of Garfield, Heathcliff. All
Well, you
right.
see, Heathcliff is punk. Garfield is a poser.
That's true. Heathcliff also came before Garfield, so he's the goat.
I see.
All right. Heavenly Sickle of Pulses, Leportron. This is, again, for Cater. This is grade 3.
I mean, yeah.
So,
it's a Cater card.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Auto 1 rear when this attack hits. Already off to a bad start. Counterblast 1. Choose one of your grade 3 or greater units and gets plus 10.
Unplayable.
They're never going to beat Refluke, are they?
Nope.
No, they're not. It's so hard to beat Refluke.
Cool. We don't need to think about this card anymore. Very, very awesome.
All right, let's go next.
Tetra Favor Sorceress.
I wonder if this is going to have to do with 4.
When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, god damn it. If this unit was boosted, god damn it. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, draw a card. It's somehow worse than Lamb Camel.
It keeps getting worse and worse every time with each word that you read of this effect.
Oh my god. They made worse Lamb Camel in 2022.
Yeah. And Lamb Camel even had, like, a time where it was usable. This is never
I played 4 of them. I played 4 of them.
You did. Well, because you didn't counterblast that early in the game.
You didn't counterblast at all. It was the only card in your deck that counterblast.
Leopold's Limit Break. That was kind of it.
No, you didn't play Leopold. You played Leopold Reverse.
Oh, that's right. Oh, this was at that part. Yeah, you just didn't counterblast.
There's nothing in the deck that counterblast.
Yeah, so at that point you were just like, fuck it, anything. Help.
I'll take cards. Oh yeah, this card sucks.
Yeah.
It has so many if and when
Yeah.
and no.
It's
And
like,
And it's a counterblast and a soul blast. This card could be.
it just has like everything bad written on it. Or it's like, has to hit. That's already bad. Then it has to be boosted. That's even worse. And then it's counterblast and soul blast. Like, wow.
I did already talk about the next card, which is kind of nice.
At this point, it might as well just have the effect be go to the DMV to renew your license. Okay,
you just don't play this card and forget it exists.
Yep. And then Bard of Heavenly Performance Ludi, we already talked about that. So this is the funniest name in the entire set.
Yeah?
Yeah. And it is it my turn or Rippers?
Yeah.
No, it should be Rippers.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we already kind of talked about Ludi, so we don't really need to talk about it. It's a grade 1 for Bastion, so it just doesn't exist. And then the next Keter card is the heal. So we have Maid of Thirst.
Who's naming these? Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm being judged right now, but whatever. When this unit attacks, discard an order, and this unit gets 10k until end of battle.
Wow, I'm so interested in this card. Wow, I have so many insightful things to say. Since when has a discard a card like gain a bunch of power been good?
Never. Especially because Zorga, since this was designed for Zorga, obviously, like that deck in particular already has a problem keeping orders in hand.
Honestly, if it was an act discard an order get 10k, it might actually would have a use. But the fact that it's on attack means it's already too late to matter. Because you know how there's sometimes where you just manage to not mill an order, but you have but I guess you just discard an order for writing up, unless you just drew them after you were grade 3 somehow. But that just wouldn't happen. Yeah, no, this card's just never good.
Yeah, it's also I like how it's Maid of Thirst, not Maiden of Thirst, so they can avoid that distinction.
Maidenless.
Yeah. Well, we're on the penultimate card in terms of what we're talking about. Chris.
This card is not real. No, is there?
No, there's the order at the very end under the heal for some reason.
Yeah, so that's why I say penultimate, because we're not talking about the heal. Anyway, Pursuer of Great Valley, CK Zakat.
Well, penultimate's the second. Never mind.
Yeah, there's another card after this one before.
There's 2 cards after this one.
Oh wait, sorry, never mind. I did not scroll
Atlas
that
is
far
just
enough.
off his game today.
It's true.
Probably because I really, really have to pee, so that's the thing. Anyway, grade 2, 10k. In back row center, it can intercept for the back row, fine. And then when this unit intercepts from the back row.
Is this card ever making it in your deck?
Probably not.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
If it did like something else, that'd be nice.
I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, put it as a one of if you want. Doesn't really matter. Like, it's kind of that lamp camel role, right? Where if you can't think of anything else, fine, throw it in. I don't care.
Yeah, I suppose.
Speaking of cards, they'll never make it in sleeves. Our penultimate card, Sylvan Horned Beast Kamapu, which has is like a
little
pig
unicorn pig, yeah.
Yeah, when it attacks, it gets 2k for until in the battle for each of your back row grade 2 units. So at most, it could be 14k.
Yeah, and also is not a grade 2 on its own, which means you don't want to play it.
Right. So this thing is will stay doing nothing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now for our final card, we have Clouded Miasma. So it's a grade 3 order. You play it with Counterblast 1. Choose a grade 3 or less card from drop, call it to rear, and then if it's part of Alchemagic, your Vanguard gets a continuous, all front row units get power plus 5,000 until end of turn.
So it basically does its best to recreate the old Zorga from the new one.
Yes.
But you're still worse somehow.
Because you have to
Probably.
search it. The Zorga being able to call the thing from drop zone is on your Vanguard instead of having to find this order, right?
Yeah. I mean, this order is fine, right? Like, the continuous 5k is fine, calling something is fine. Like, this is basically your Grief replacement if you're playing Grave Zorga.
Nice that's continuous that it gives your Vanguard.
Yeah. So, if we're ever in a state where Zorga can call something for an extra attack, then that thing is big.
It just feels like, regular Zorga gets that anyway, and GDR does the power thing but better. So
yeah, this gives still decent power, but also builds you a board, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I also think whenever I hear the word miasma, I always imagine it has to be said by someone who.
Also, Grief can be kind of awkward sometimes if you're running off an empty board, because then you gotta find things to put on the board, and because you're resolving the Alchemagic of the one in your you add it to the back, I think. So
you do.
I think you play the so you have to activate the effect of the one from hand first. So unlike the old Zorga, if you Alchemagic Grief with something in drop, then that gets awkward sometimes.
Sorry, you cut out there. Say that again.
Oh. So, yeah, I was just double-checking the rules of Alchemagic, but you have to activate the one in hand first before drop. So, sometimes with Grief, it can be awkward trying to, get the board to give the 10k to. So the fact that this is continuous is more flexible.
You got a point there. I don't know. I'm sure it'll see, at least a one of, right?
Yeah. No, I think you just play 4 copies of this card. Especially... especially with Grave Zorga, but either way, you have Headhunter to deal with counterblast costs. So the continuous 5k is really flexible for board building, and it's fine. 5k is still appreciable, and if you decide to just combine it with something like Grief, that's fine too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure you just play a decent number of this card.
Yeah.
And also, it calls a thing, so you could potentially also replace Condensation just to conserve soul. Or play Hendrina again.
Losing Condensation, that's like an institution at this point. But yeah, it is a good idea to save soul.
Although...
I would simply not play Zorga, personally speaking.
Yeah, honestly, I think if we were going to cut an order for the sake of conserving soul, it would be Agony. Because that one says Soul Blast 2.
I feel like Agony's been cut for a while, hasn't it?
And you cut the Zorgas and you put in Magnolias.
Stuff would happen. Multi-attacking, winning stuff, apparently.
You could play Flagberg, and that's probably preferable.
God, isn't that sad?
We are going to get yelled at by so many Zorga stands this week.
Hell yeah. We need another episode like that Narukami episode anyway.
Yeah.
What, the like ripping into Narukami episode or the
Or there were like 5. How many people did we have on that episode again?
Like
it was a lot.
It was like 5.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It was-
people.
Us. It was me, Atlas. I think Root Beer was there.
I was there. This
Miles,
was before I was a
Jose.
permanent cast member.
Was Gabe there?
I think so. I think this was when Gabe was a regular host instead of me.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe it wasn't. So maybe it's just Gabe, Miles, Jose, me, and Atlas. So it's 5 people.
No, I was there.
Oh, you were there. So 6.
Yeah.
6.
It was a lot of people.
That podcast was ridiculous. And everyone got really mad at it, which was the best part.
Oh, yeah. Episode 31. That's a long ass time ago. That was like 3 logos ago.
God, that was so sick.
Yeah.
That episode was dope.
All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed this set review. To listen,
Nobody
to
won.
Nobody won.
Nobody
Yeah.
won.
I know. I like the one Nirvana card actually.
Yeah, Nirvana got a nice card. Somehow Hexaorb, Eugene, and Borrow Magnus lost by not being included in this set to begin with.
Hold on, the
Again.
Orpheus is pretty nice.
Yeah, the like I said, like Orpheus needs some thinking. I don't know enough about Orpheus to begin with, but this card seems good. I just need to think about how you would change your deck building for it.
I guess Orpheus players sound off in the comments / on Twitter at Nexus at Night.
I know we were making fun of you for the entirety of set 1 and 2, but then you guys stopped being obnoxious around set 3, so
Yeah, get your due. Do what you need to.
Yeah, now that you were quiet, you can get some stuff.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, if you want to support the show, patreon.com/Nexus at Night. Whole ass bonus show every week where we talk about whatever the hell we want. Last week we had an episode where I got attacked by a cat, so that's fun.
Nice.
And then we got merch and playmats at Inks Gaming and whatever links all the links are in the description. Where can they find the rest of us?
You can find me on Twitter at Wiggums, 2 G's, 2 Z's.
you can find me at Plasma Eclipse.
Find me at Atlas Novak, Twitter, Instagram, or follow my other show at Nexus. That's from Generation Dan. Follow my other podcast at Generation Dan on Twitter. That's about Gen X, Y, and Z, talking about whatever the hell. I'm also on, when this comes out, I'll be on a comedy show at Dow Comedy Studio in Koreatown in Los Angeles.
Very cool.
Go look at my Twitter for that. So thanks everybody for listening, and until next time, I was Atlas.
I'm still Matt.
I'm Root Beer.
And have